Hi everyone. Now I'd been planning to do a video over the next couple of days just to talk about a mix of movies that I've watched recently. That's something I like to do. And one of the movies I'd watched was the Francis Ford Coppola reprise version of One from the Heart just a couple of days ago. But then by strange coincidence, today we get the sad news that actress Teri Garr has passed away, aged 79. Sadly been dealing with health problems and multiple sclerosis in particular for quite some time now. So yeah, that was really, really sad news. Obviously, Teri Garr is an actress that means a lot to many people my age and other ages as well, for her starring and supporting roles in Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein as Inga, as Richard Dreyfuss's wife in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and for her supporting role alongside Dustin Hoffman and Jessica Lange in Tootsie. But I do just want to come back to One from the Heart because I think this film is actually quite special. And now, obviously, it was a commercial and critical disaster for Francis Ford Coppola when it came out at the beginning of the 80s, a time when people didn't want musicals anymore. They'd come full circle from The Jazz Singer in 1927 to The Jazz Singer in 1980. And there really wasn't an appetite any longer for musicals, even though there were a few still carrying on. But yeah, what Coppola did here with One from the Heart was something quite extraordinary. So all filmed on his Zoetrope Studio sound stages. He recreated sections of Vegas there and had his wonderful cinematographer, a real painter of light, Vittorio Storaro, filming this film and doing amazing compositions. It's such a vibrant film to watch, this one. And then we've got music provided by Tom Waits and Crystal Gayle, so certainly not people that you would typically associate with a musical. And then the acting roles here are given to Frederick Forrest and Teri Garr. You wouldn't really expect them in leading roles. And then they're performing alongside Nastasia Kinski and Raul Julia. So it's all quite a strange mix, but it is one that is spectacular. Now, definitely the biggest downside of the film is the fact that it is thinly plotted and the characterizations are weak. Basically, we've just got a couple here who are going through relationship difficulties in Las Vegas. They both meet other people for a short while and then ultimately come to the realization that they do want to be back together again. That's pretty much it. There's not much more to it than that. And so the actors, you can't really criticize them for not maybe giving their best performances of their career because they haven't ultimately got a hell of a lot to work with. But I will say for Teri Garr, this gives her a great opportunity to shine in lots of different ways. Now, Teri Garr was a dancer when she started her career, and she began with lots of uncredited roles in Elvis Presley movies such as Roustabout and Clambake and Kissing Cousins, as well as a Shirley MacLaine musical, What a Way to Go. But yeah, you probably need a magnifying glass to be able to spot her in those films. But yeah, here we are with One from the Heart. She gets the chance to show her dancing skills. And this isn't a film that's got lots of dancing numbers, but there is a really charming dance that she has with Raul Julia that begins in a restaurant and spills out onto the streets of Vegas. And that's quite wonderful to watch. She's really quite sultry and sexy and beautiful in this, ravishing to look at. But she still has that sparkle that we see and recognise from her comedy performances. And she gets to do some dramatic sequences as well. So there's kind of all aspects to her character that get to shine in this film, which, like I say, may not be ultimately her best role because it's not the most well-written role, but she herself is just wonderful in it and looks wonderful. And yeah, I think it'd be nice to remember her for just how great she is in this. So hopefully more people will come to reappraise One from the Heart, particularly as it now has this reprise version, which I think came out close to a year ago. But yeah, seek it out if you can. I know a lot of people don't like musicals, but this really is, in terms of filmmaking, it's just quite extraordinary. Like I say, the use of the sound stages in this film and the use of colour and the way that Vittorio Storaro films some of this, it's just beautiful to look at. So yeah, put perhaps some thoughts aside in terms of how you normally think about musicals. But yeah, give it a go. But yeah, for me, I'm really glad I got to see the reprise version before it leaves the Criterion channel. I think it's going in the next couple of days. But yeah, catch it if you can. And definitely if you're into 4K movies, then you can get a 4K copy of it. Yeah, really watch those colours pop when you put it into your player. But yeah, for Teri Garr, nice to remember her in this film, and certainly for perhaps the more well-known performances that she's given in Young Frankenstein, Tootsie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and if you like, if you're a fan of Friends, playing Phoebe's mum. Okay, so just a brief tribute there. Thanks very much for watching. Hope to see you again. All the best to you. Bye-bye.